Do you like the smell of fresh laundry? Have you ever walked into a room and was immediately hit with a clean, fresh aroma? Or perhaps you've changed your shampoo because you don't like the smell and you want something that smells good. What if I told you that fresh scent, that something that smells good, may actually be killing you slowly? To most of us, if something smells good, it means it's healthy, it's clean, it's good for us. No one likes to be around something that smells bad. Smell is a setup to warn us. If something smells bad, the message tells us to stay away. That's why we like things that smell good. But actually, those fragrant products, those scented products, may pose a serious health risk to you and your family, and you should be concerned. I learned to be careful of fragrant products when I was first married. My husband's skin began to break out. After doing some investigating, we noticed that it was only where the clothing was touching his skin. So we narrowed it down to our laundry detergent and immediately switched to an unscented laundry detergent, and his rash disappeared. After that, we only used unscented laundry detergent. We didn't know the exact ingredient that irritated his skin, and we may never know. The reason is that companies and manufacturers are not required to list what chemicals are in their scented products. The scent is simply listed as fragrance in the ingredients. That means that the word fragrance can hide a myriad of chemicals that could potentially be harmful. When companies and manufacturers use fragrance, it is considered a trade secret, and they do not have to reveal the actual ingredients. It's an umbrella term that's used for a mixture of chemicals. Companies and manufacturers are essentially protected because if revealed, it may allow others to copy their product. The fact of the matter is, it's a loophole that manufacturers and companies take full advantage of. According to the International Fragrance Association, there are just over 3,000 different chemicals used in fragrant formulations, which include solvents, stabilizers, UV absorbers, preservatives, and dyes. More specifically, even some known cancer-causing chemicals like benzene and formaldehyde. It's important to note also that essential oil mixtures are not regulated either, and they would fall in the same category as fragrance. The Food and Drug Administration does not monitor or regulate fragrance as listed in the product. They believe at this time there's just not enough evidence that some of the chemicals found in fragrance are harmful, or that there's simply such a small amount that it wouldn't be considered harmful. However, we do know that many people do have immediate adverse effects from using products that contain fragrance, much like my husband. The chemicals in fragrance can be an allergen and trigger asthma, allergies, migraines, or contact dermatitis in some sensitive individuals. It would be best to avoid fragrance products altogether. However, it's very challenging to avoid using beauty and cleaning products that don't contain fragrance. The National Library of Medicine has determined that collectively 99.1% of the population are exposed to fragrant products at least once a week from their own use, others' use, or both. Right now, think about it. What products did you use today? Did you use hand soap, shampoo, deodorant? Do you have an air freshener in your car? Every day we use these products without thinking that they could be adversely affecting our health. Companies should give consumers unscented, non-fragrance choices to purchase and use. If consumers know their triggers, they can choose to avoid exposure and therefore avoid possible headaches, eye, nose, and throat irritation, and any other immediate reactions. We really don't know the long-term effects of exposure to fragrance. One of the more harmful chemicals in fragrance is phthalates. According to forceofnature.com, some of the health risks we know attributed to phthalates include cancer, human reproductive and developmental toxicity, endocrine disruption, birth defects, and respiratory problems. Companies and manufacturers may argue that their products are safe and the cost of manufacturing alternatives may be prohibitive. But proper labeling would assist consumers greatly in avoiding harmful ingredients in fragrance. It is important to note that fragrance may also be replaced with the words perfume, parfum, essential oil blend, or aroma. Even products that say natural may contain fragrance. Remember, there's no law requiring companies to reveal what is exactly in fragrance. That's why it's important you learn all you can about fragrance, about the products that you use. Read the labels, be informed. Look for information on choosing safer products without fragrance. Check out www.cosmeticdatabase.org. It's not just immediate health issues, but also long-term exposure to fragrance, and we may not yet be fully aware of what they are. That's why it's so important to demand transparency from companies and manufacturers. Being informed and actively avoiding fragrance will ultimately benefit you and your family. It may not smell so good, but avoiding discomfort of a skin irritation or an asthma attack is a much better alternative. We should also keep in mind that just because something smells good doesn't mean it's a good product. It's a play on our perception that companies and manufacturers use to sell their product and convince us that it's good and healthy. My challenge today is make a commitment to buy and use fragrance-free products. Join an organization such as the International Fragrance Association or the Research Institute for Fragrance Materials. Share that information with friends and families and your families. Perhaps things may not smell so good, but you and your family's health is worth it. My hope is that you will take away what I've shared with you and go home and look at the products that you have in your home. Evaluate what products your family uses that contain fragrance.